I'm about to give you the exact strategy and all the files for a system that right now is booking me over 100 qualified appointments every single month. And you can literally steal it right now and start using it for your business today. I'm Dan, and over the last year, I've built a completely AI-powered lead generation machine that never misses a lead, nothing slips through the cracks, and no more wondering if your ads are actually working or not. I'm pulling back the curtain today. I'm showing you guys absolutely everything. The ad creatives, how to target them, all the AI workflows, the conversational AI through SMS, and all the automations. But I'm not just going to show you, I'm giving you the actual files, all the templates, all the JSON, all the high-level snapshots, so you can start using this in your business. Let's be honest, right now, what's happening in your marketing is you're probably spending a lot of money on ads. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. When someone does respond, half the time it's too late and it's too slow to follow up. And then when you do follow up, it's inconsistent, it's generic, and it doesn't book the appointment. You're managing everything. You're checking all your Facebook ads, you're going through all the calendar links, hoping people show up. And then if they don't show up, you're trying to manually reschedule them. It's exhausting and it just doesn't scale. And I know this because I was doing the exact same thing a year ago today. I was burning through ad spend, manually chasing all the leads and wondering why my calendar's not full. Even though I have all this marketing activity, I'm spending $100 a day, and then I realized something that changed everything. The problem isn't that marketing doesn't work, it's that we're just doing it like it's 2015. So what if instead of manually following up with leads, you have an AI assistant that can do it for you? Or what if instead of hoping people book appointments, you have an AI assistant that's there to handle objections, it can schedule them in whenever they want, and you don't have to worry about no-shows because we have completely automated all of that lead nurture for you. And that is exactly why I built this offer, this exact ecosystem that can do this for you. It's going to run profitable ad campaigns. You can literally copy and paste all the creatives I'm going to give you, automatically qualify all your leads with intelligent conversation with the AI that still feels completely human. It books appointments and follows up and makes sure no leads slip through the cracks. All right, so before I show you everything, let me actually prove this actually works with real numbers. So look at this, my appointment reporting dashboard from last month. We got 124 total appointments. 89 of those were booked entirely by my AI, and I'll show you that too. And that was all through SMS. That's 72% of my calendar filled by artificial intelligence. But here's the crazy part. My show up rate is 54 out of those 89. That's a 61% show rate from the AI booked calls. And this is contractors we're talking about, right? They're notorious for having lower show rates. My business used to struggle and get like 40% show rates, and that's from manually booked appointments. This system literally went from 40 to 61. Not from some massive team or like huge ad spend. It was literally just from the AI. It just focused on serving the people that opted in from Facebook. My cost per appointment dropped. It was at like 67, dropped down to 23. And here's the really crazy part. The AI converts prospects better than I was doing it manually because it never has a bad day. It never forgets to follow up, and it always says the right thing. You just got to train it to do that. And this is what happens when you stop marketing manually and start using AI in your business instead. And then you can see a little bit of the conversational AI. So this is the reporting that we got. 259 unique contacts, 89 appointments booked from the SMS alone. That's insane. So the time saved, it says 4 hours. That may not seem significant, but really what it's that speed to lead. It was spending 4 hours with people who were actively engaging right then and there. And you can see they were engaging, right? Average messages per contact was 5.5 messages. These are not dead leads. These are people who are actually serious and they're actually comfortable speaking to the AI. It's insane. It's really good stuff. All right, so we're going to start with the creative. So this is the exact creative that I ran. I'm going to show you the numbers too, but I'm going to break it down for the people that are in the SKOOL community, and then we have a YouTube version. So for my YouTube people, enjoy. Right now, this is the creative that we're using. I'll play through it one time so you can see it.
Painting contractors. Everyone is getting jobs this summer. If you're not getting enough jobs, it's probably because you don't have a way to consistently generate leads. Hello Paint is a network that connects painters to homeowners who are looking for exterior painting, cabinet painting, and more. If you're seeing this ad, it's because we need someone in your area who can take an extra 1 to 2 jobs per week. This network is not for everyone. We only work with businesses that are already generating jobs and providing good service. If you're not doing 5 jobs or more per month already, we cannot work with you. If you're not a business and just a contractor looking for work, we cannot help you. It takes 30 seconds to see if your team qualifies for our network. Click the button below to get started.
And that's it. So it ends with that countdown, but you get the point, right? So pretty straightforward. It's very clear what they're going to get. If you're curious about the network and what that offer is, I highly recommend you join the free school because like we have a community in there. We can explain how we make our offers and how we do that. All right, and so here's the form. So as soon as they click on the ad, are you a painting company? Yes or no? Are you doing 5+ jobs per month? Name, number, email. And then at the very end, this is important. This is key. Our automated system will reach out shortly. We don't want to lie to people and act like the AI is human, because that's when people start to get skeptical and that's when they hang up. When I switched this one line, we converted from 1 out of 6, 15%, to 1 out of 3, literally just by adding this one line. So it used to say, our team will reach out shortly. Then we changed it to, our automated system will reach out shortly. And that literally was a huge game changer. People just started feeling more comfortable with it. Like, it's less sales pressure. They're just at the point of interest. They're not ready to buy yet. And so by saying that, we just noticed a lot more people they're open to listening to what the AI had to say. So with that said, just close that. You can see we generated 435 leads, $1.30 per lead from a form, and we spent, what was it, $500, $565.89. Not bad. All right, so if you made it this far, congrats, because now I'm going to break it down even further. So I'm going to show you how to make the ad creative, but right before we do that, I want to talk about the ad set too, because I want you to see how we actually did the targeting. So, oops, right here. So 25 to 64, right? Most people under 25 don't have a business. That's pretty straightforward. That makes sense. So you can see house painter or decorator. Look at these interests. Whoops, it was probably easier to see that way. So house painter and decorator, behavior, small business owners, Facebook page admins, job titles, right? You can see those job titles as well. Industry, business decision makers overall. We did turn on Advantage Plus detail targeting because it's just a suggestion, right? We just want to suggest who to target and it will help us from there. All languages, this is just mainly for contractors because a lot of them speak different languages. Obviously, the people that we're working with, they all speak English, but you get the point. It's just for targeting. So now how do we actually run the ad? So I do this by using TikTok, and I'll just get people's consent to get these videos set up. So if I'm going to take somebody's video, I want to ask for their consent. So if I'm on TikTok, right, and I'm going to search up painters, this could be roofers, HVAC, anything. I'm just going to put painting interior home. Now the types of videos that I'm looking for, videos that don't have any text, they have somewhat pretty good views, because I'm looking for video engagement, right? I want to find the most engaging videos, reach out to that person, ask them if I can use those videos, and basically just use them in my ads, right? Because I know people are going to watch them. So this is good, right? But it has text. Let's see if there's any points in this video that don't have any text. Sometimes they'll kind of, this is pretty much text the entire time, it seems like. Yep, same with that. This is good. You see how this has pretty much zero text, a lot of likes, meaning it's engaging, people are watching it, it's double speed. This is relevant to the work that they do. This is a perfect video. You want to find 3 to 5 videos like that. So let's see, that's one. Let's see if I can get a couple more. That's text the entire time. Another really good one, look at that. High likes. Obviously it's an engaging video because he's doing painting at the most pro level. There's no text over it because we're going to put our own text on it. So I'm going to open that. And here's another good one. It doesn't have a ton of likes, but as long as we have a couple really good ones in there, that's really all that matters. And then once you have all of those, right, so you have the URLs, you're going to take them to TikTok video download, and then just literally download them. It's that simple. But obviously make sure you have their consent, right? You have their permission to use their video. I have to say that. Don't come to me if somebody's like, stop using my video and they sue you. That's on you. Don't come to me. I'm telling you not to do that. But it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do. All right, and then once you have those clips, you're going to go over to 11labs.io, and then you're going to use this script. I'm going to give you the script that you can use, apply it to your own offer. I'm going to read through it. So painting contractors, everyone is getting jobs this summer. If you're not getting enough jobs, it's probably because you don't have a way to consistently generate leads. Hello Paint is a network that connects painters to homeowners who are looking for exterior painting, cabinet painting, and more. If you're seeing this ad, it's because we need someone in your area who can take an extra 1 to 2 jobs a week. This network is not for everyone. We only work with businesses that are already generating jobs and providing good service. If you're not doing 5 jobs or more, we cannot work with you. If you're not a business and you're just a contractor, you're looking for work, we cannot help you. It takes 30 seconds to see if your team qualifies for our network. Click the button below to get started. So that's it. I always try to find a voice that sounds a lot like the person that I'm targeting. So in this case, I have this voice called Kurt. It's like a probably 30s to 40s year old voice. It's a man. Here, I'll play a little bit of it. Well, actually, no, I'll bring it back when you guys see it in CapCut because I don't think you guys can hear it yet. But basically, you use this script. Again, that'll be below. You can use the script or even use ChatGPT to make your own version of it. But it has to be super direct and punchy like this. Once you have that, generate your speech and then download that speech. So we're going to click download right here. Perfect. So now once we've downloaded it, we're going to take that over to CapCut. So let's go over there. All right, so we're in CapCut. I just opened a project. First thing you're going to do is import all your videos. You can literally just open a folder, click and drag them in. You can also click this import button and then go through your own files and just select all of them. Make sure you also select the 11 Labs voice that we just generated. So just one by one, literally just click and drag those files into the timeline. I've already done that. So, but once you have all your files there, cool. You're gonna click on each one. This is very important. So the first one, you click on it like this, and then on the right side under audio, you're gonna just make sure that the audio is turned literally all the way down. By default, it's gonna be at 0. No, turn it literally to infinitely 0, all the way down. We don't wanna hear it at all. So once you have each one in your timeline, just click on the next one. Same thing, audio tab, make sure it's turned all the way down. Mine are already all the way turned down, but yours will be at 0. Make sure all your clips are all the way turned down, perfect. Once that's done, click on your 11 Labs voice, drag it down, and now we got it here. The last thing I did, you can see there's a little song right here. That's a really cool thing about CapCut. You can just go over to audio, you can go to music, find one that you like, and then drag it in. So I just found one that I liked, and I dragged it literally just from here, dragged it in there. So that's it. I added all my elements in, and then if your video clips go too long, no problem, just click right here. You can make them longer or shorter, like that. And sometimes they might go a little bit too short. You need to make them long. So right here you can see my 11 Labs is super long. So I gotta actually make this a little bit longer. Just extend this out a little bit. Perfect. We're just gonna do that. Extended it out. And then now I'll just play a little bit of it.
Painting contractors. Everyone is getting jobs this summer. If you're not getting enough jobs, it's probably because you don't have a way to consistently.
That's the whole thing. And then look, I'll just show you the end really quick. So here's the end.
Click the button below to get started.
And then I always put a countdown at the end. This is key, and you can just maybe find one online or something like that, or make your own. But I always add a 5 to 10 second timer at the end because that always improves the click-through rate every single time. So that's it, you're literally done. The last thing you have to do is just add captions to it. So I'm gonna click captions right up here, and then I'm gonna just click generate. This is a pro feature. The pro is only $9 on CapCut. That's why I love CapCut, because you get so many easy functions. It's literally $9. I don't have an affiliate. This is just what I use. I love CapCut for something that needs technical, but is very simple to do. So right here you can see we got our captions. They're just plain white. They look a little ugly. So what I like to do is just click on templates and find a really good one. Just make sure apply to all is selected. That way it's just very fast. So I'm going to click on this one because I like this one the most. Again, there's so many different ones. You can choose whichever one you like. So once that's done, you can see it's automatically done and applied to all of them. If I want to move it up, it applies to all of them. If I want to move it in the middle, and so on, right? So I like to put it in the bottom middle, right? Probably right here, where it's a third of it is at the bottom. Why? Because in Facebook, it's going to be so much easier to position that video once you upload that. Like the crop, you'll be able to see the letters there in every single one. Or if you want to just put it straight up in the middle, that's fine too. That way there's no issue, but there you go. And then if you see now,
everyone is getting jobs this summer. If you're not getting enough,
and that's it. That's the whole video. You just made ads in literally in under 5 minutes. So this is the AI voice. Now at the end, right, as soon as they submit, they can call us. Usually right now, 1 out of 3 people are calling in if we tell them that it's AI in the right way. And then if they don't call us within 3 minutes, that's when we call them. So this is what that sounds like. I'm gonna talk to this AI bot. Here we go. Hello?
Hi there. This is Pete, the AI assistant for Precision Painting Company. Are you looking to get a free painting estimate?
I was trying to do my cabinets and get them painted, but right now I just wanted to know if there was pricing. I just saw an ad on Facebook.
Thanks for reaching out. For cabinets, pricing can vary depending on the size and number of cabinets, but we always offer a free estimate so you know exactly what to expect, no surprises. If you'd like, I can set up a time for one of our team members to come out and give you a detailed quote. Would you like to schedule a free estimate, or would you prefer to wait for now?
I'll stop right there. So you get the point though, right? It's there to have those conversations, and right now it's having pretty good conversations. That's just the voice bot. I'm going to put a prompt, obviously with all the other resources too. So if you want the prompt, just literally copy it, make it relevant to your offer with ChatGPT, have it rewrite it for you, and it should be pretty good. There's qualifying questions, there's objections that it handles, so just use that how you like. I'm going to move on now to the actual automation side of it. Here's the automation. So it's that simple. It may look confusing at first, but once you get used to it, it's really just that simple. So it's a webhook, which means nothing. You're just going to make sure that's on a post. You can see how mine looks like right here. Then I have an OpenAI model. Now this is maybe not even something that you need. This is something that I just put in to do a little bit of extra research on the person that I'm calling. So if you wanted to, for example, get their website from the Facebook form, you can actually put that website in here, have it analyze their website, and put that in as context. If you're actually going to call out to them. It doesn't work for inbound. It would have to be like a tool on the call. But anyways, this is an outbound call. So it's a webhook to a request. The middle part is optional. So again, if you want that prompt that's in here, I'll put that in the resources. But the actual request itself, again, I'll put in the resources, but this is the URL right here. It's for retail to create a phone call. Authorization. So we're going to have two headers. One is authorization, bearer space key. That key you're going to get from retail. So if you're in retail, on the left side of the screen, just click API keys, copy it, paste it right there. So bearer space paste. Then we're going to have content type application JSON. And then we have a huge body with some stuff that you may or may not want to add, right? Like the website context I have in there, the first name of that person. So I have a way more in-depth tutorial on this part. Just check the AI templates and automations in there and you'll see that I actually start and make a call from either retail or VAPI, depending on which it is that you want to do. So just look at those because this is a little bit more complicated. I don't want to waste a bunch of time on this part. This is just getting everything set up. So that's it. You're going to basically import the template and then you can follow the other video just to go through the HTTP request. I won't go through each thing, even though I kind of did, but if you need more help, you'll see those. So we have GoHighLevel SMS conversations. This has been the biggest game changer. The SMS chatbot, it booked 89 appointments last month. And I'm going to show you this actual conversation. The AI is handling questions, booking appointments, sometimes even handling objections, and the prospects have no idea that they're talking to a bot this whole time. So I'll even show you proof of that as well. Conversations. So when you first submitted a form with us on Facebook, you were having a conversation with an AI chatbot. It was not a real person. Have you seen anybody using? And that's kind of the point, just to have those conversations. And you're one person. Like you're on an estimate, you're working with a customer. But it starts like this: as soon as they opt in, hey name, just got your submission about possibly getting some more painting jobs. Is that right? And then if they don't reply within 3 minutes, also let me know what areas you target to see if there's some spots left. Collin County, Dallas, Texas. Cool. Got it, Randy. Collin and Dallas counties in Texas. So how do you generate jobs? Are you using ads, word of mouth, or something else? Referrals only usually. Cool. Referrals are solid. How many jobs are you pulling in each month with those referrals? 5 to 10. Nice. 5 to 10 job. That's a good start. What's stopping you from getting more? It's just a matter of time, leads. I have multiple businesses from full-on remodel to renovations, property management to Airbnbs. So the AI says, wow, you've got a lot on your plate. Sounds like time might be a big factor. The paint to referral network can help streamline things by connecting you. Leads are about 20 to 30 bucks each to get you started. We do have an investment because we are legit. Let's do a quick 15-minute call. What's best for you? And if there's no response within this conversation, the AI tries to call. In this case, canceled. So call did not happen. And then a follow-up, right? So we want to make sure that the leads never slip through the cracks. So if a few days have gone by, 24 hours, however long you want to set it for, hey Randy, just following up to see if you got my last message. This will be my last follow-up for now. Let me know if you're still interested or have questions. Thanks. No reply again. So then another call goes out, and this is a secret call for the inner circle, but this is AI. 9, almost 10-minute conversation. Booked an appointment again, and that was for literally earlier today. So very good conversations that the chatbot's having. Now how we actually set this up. So if I go into settings, I'm going to click conversational AI, and you'll have your main one. In order for this to work, you're going to want to make sure that the bot is set to primary and that the status is on autopilot. So if I click the 3 dots on any of them, I can set them as primary like that. And then to put it on autopilot, you can either create, you're going to have to probably create one, or if you have the snapshot, just edit. So main, edit, and then you can see we have some options here for the chatbot. So I have 7 seconds before responding, and then it can send 15 messages max in a conversation, no more than that. And then there is an option if you want to send the bot to sleep when you manually send a message, or if you send a message through the workflow. If you're using our snapshot, you probably want to keep that off because we have a lot of workflows, especially if you really want to leverage this chatter. Just preference though, you can turn it on or off. If it's on, you can set it if you want to fall asleep for 15 minutes or 2 hours, seconds, etc. So bot training, you can give it a knowledge base based on your website. So if I create new, I can name it, enter a description if I like, and you're able to actually add context and even websites to the knowledge base. So if you want to add in a source, here's where you can do that. You can add in a web crawler, FAQ, or even tables. In our case, like I said, if you want to do a web crawler, just type in the URL, literally, I don't know, Chipotle or something. And that's it. It will fetch all the pages for that website and then use that as context when having conversations if they ask questions that you can't really answer or whatever have you, right? So you can answer more if you need to. But I'm actually going to give you guys the prompts for that. So if you guys need help, just see below. And then for the goals, this is the 3 prompts. So there's a personality, intent, its objective, what are they trying to achieve, and then additional information. This is where we usually add stuff. If someone says this, right, be ready for anything contractors might vent, curse, or throw curveballs. Stay cool, match their energy, steer back to how the network helps them grow. So again, get these prompts, but type them into ChatGPT, have it analyze the prompts, and then tell it everything about your offer, and then be like, rewrite this 3-part prompt for my offer. And that way when leads come in, it makes sense. So there's a couple options here though. There's the appointment booking. So make sure it's already selected to a calendar that you have, or if you're using the Snapshot, it's all good. And then pause bot responses after booking. So if it books and the person keeps responding, you can pause it if you want. If you want to trigger another workflow, you can. Allow the bot to cancel an appointment, right? Based on the conversation, if they say they want to cancel it, it can do that. Allow the bot to reschedule, same applies. If it's off, you got to include instructions like this: I cannot help with cancellations or rescheduling, right? So that way it makes sense. That's it. And so we'll save it like that. Again, if you're taking it straight out of the Snapshot, it's good to go, but you can add some of the stuff. There's trigger a workflow. So when to trigger a workflow, I think this is a language model that's actually reading this stuff. So just be very descriptive. If you're a car dealership and you say something like, anytime somebody asks for a trade-in, trigger this workflow that notifies a manager, or whatever, right? So this is really cool stuff that HighLevel is doing with their chatbot. Transfer, same applies. However, it's transferring to a different bot. So I don't know, if somebody's pissed off, for example, you can transfer them to a customer service chatbot. Interesting. I have not actually used this yet, but you can do that. Same thing, just type in the prompts. We have an auto follow-up after 1 day. Or if the contact is busy, they stopped replying, you follow up after a day, let AI send the message. You can also trigger workflow. If the contact is busy, if the contact requested specifically, hey, call me in an hour, text me in an hour, you can do that too. And it automatically is done here. Just make sure to let the AI send the messages on. It says right here, AI will generate a contextually relevant message based on the conversation. Uncheck this option to send a custom message, which is cool. You can tweak it even further. More follow-up settings right here if you wanted to only go between certain times of the day, I highly recommend. And then a really cool thing, dynamic channel switching. Imagine right now you're texting somebody back and forth. If we have access to WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, even their email, it will follow up on a different channel to try to get their attention if whatever method they're using is not working. That is sick. And I'd like to come back and show you guys some real numbers, but pretty cool stuff on that. Add contact info. I like to add this just because I want to know what time zone there is, and then we can update their file so the appointment is more accurate. That's why that's in the Snapshot. That's a must-have. You can also add in a new field though. For example, I was asking questions like, how many jobs are you doing per month? You can add that in. Add new field, right? Where does it go? If you got to make a custom field, you can do that actually here on the left. If you scroll down over here on the left, there's a custom fields section where you can add that field. So that way you can get actually custom information automatically entered in the CRM based on the chatbot's conversation. So that's that. And then stop the bot. If somebody's pissed off, makes sense, right? If somebody just booked an appointment, if somebody is a closed deal, they're a client, right? Don't want to keep booking them. And then add a custom tag. So any of the leads with this tag will stop the bot, and the bot will not reach out to them. So that's a very useful one to make sure your bots don't go haywire and have a mind of their own. So again, if you need access to these prompts, just click down below. I'll put all the prompts in there. Use ChatGPT, make them relevant to your offer. All right, here's the complete GoHighLevel setup. All the automated pipelines that move the prospects through the journey, the SMS chatbot system, the auto booking calendar integration that schedules appointments, all the no-shows, everything. Look at this automation right here. We're going to start with this first one. As soon as a lead comes in from Facebook. So Facebook lead form is submitted. So this you're going to have to actually do in the settings. So just for a moment, I'm going to go back here. So if I go into settings, I can go down to integrations. And then on one of the modules that I can't see it right here, you're going to see the Facebook and the Instagram logo, right? This is going to be your meta ads. So you can just click, it's going to be like one button to connect, select the Facebook page that you're using to run the ads. Once that is selected, up here on Facebook form fields mapping, you can actually see whichever form that you just created in your ad. Then you'll click edit fields, or in this case, map the fields. And then all the questions that you have on the form, you can map them. If you have any custom questions like this, like I was saying earlier, you can actually add them in custom fields here on the left. So under custom fields, you can add a field. If it's a radio, select multiple choice. If it's a single line, well, single line. And then from there, you can just name it, put them under the contact field, should be fine. And then any of the options, any placeholders for those fields. So just a quick sidebar. But anyways, back to the automation. So the first one is Facebook lead in. As soon as they opt in, right, You connected your page, you'll come down here, select your page, select your form, and then the first SMS, hey, first name, just got your submission about possibly getting some more painting jobs. Is that right? And then we're gonna wait 3 minutes. Next one, also let me know what areas you target to see if there's still some spots left. Then we're gonna wait 17 minutes. If they still didn't reply, I know you're probably busy, just let me know when you're free so I can make time for you. Wait 1 day, just checking in on this again. Then we're gonna wait 1 day, and you can keep it going from there. I got you started off to a pretty good, I think, combination here. We're getting quite a lot of response on it, as you can tell. But you can go as far as you want. That's how it begins. You can end it further if you want. Next one is responded to SMS. So once they replied to that Facebook lead-in workflow on this trigger, right? They replied. We're gonna update where they're at in the pipeline. So the first one is lead in. That's every lead. They enter lead in. If they reply to that Facebook message, that first automation, we're gonna move them into the interested stage because I wanna see which ones were actually engaging or interested. So we're gonna add that. And then we're gonna add a tag, reply to SMS Facebook, just for easy tracking if you ever want to go back and just quickly see that. We'll add a tag. If you want to do anything else, like notify yourself internally, you can do that right here. You can do, what is it? Internal? Yeah, send internal notification. You can do that through email, send an email to yourself, send an SMS to yourself, or literally a high level notification to a phone, or even here in the browser. So if you wanted to do that, you can just SMS to a custom phone number, type in the phone number, type in the message, and save action if you want to do that. Just a little sidebar. And then once they book, we have Facebook appointment reminder. So as soon as they book, the trigger is any confirmed appointment in painter consultation. That's the name of the calendar in the snapshot. So the first one is create or update opportunity. As soon as they book, right, move them to scheduled appointment. I want to see that in the pipeline automatically. The email, hey, your appointment has been confirmed at this time of this day. If that does not work, let us know. And then you, in the snapshot, can put your actual Zoom link here. Just get your personal ID for Zoom and then paste it there. If you use Google, do Google Meet, but that's it. That way, every time you can join that Zoom, and that will be your space for your calls. So you can do that. I also like to throw in a little bit of check this out before the call. So we'll do that as an email, we'll do that as a text, and then one more text. Check this out before the call, boom, and then we send them to a landing page. That's it. And then we repeat 1 day before, 2 hours before, 10 minutes before. Keep repeating. Now, if they miss that appointment, this is what happens. We have a no-show nurture sequence right here. When an appointment status is no-show, so me, the closer, right, or your closing team, they're going to go in the CRM, mark it as a no-show. As soon as that happens, we're going to move them to long-term follow-up, try to get them back right away. Hey, sorry, missed your call. Got any time later today or tomorrow? Wait a day again. Hey, just wanted to check back. And you can keep it going from there. I got you off to a good start. You saw earlier we actually had 11 reschedules from the no-show nurture. So if you want to add more, please do. All right, so I just clicked on opportunities tab because I want to show you guys what the pipeline looks like. So we have lead in, interested, scheduled, pending, deal lost, long-term follow-up, and deal won. So this is how we track all of the leads coming in. They're pretty much automated up until scheduled appointments. So the closer would have to go through, move them to either pending or just mark them as no-show. That way they automatically move into long-term follow-up. And then we can just keep blasting the stage with offers, testimonials, give them content, give them value, give them free stuff so they remember who we are. And then 30, 60, 90 days, 120 days, you're closing these deals again. Everybody wants to make money now, but you got to remember, you got to keep sending them content. People think their pipeline ends when the lead stops responding. No, you got to still be in front of them. Send them as much content and value as you can. Obviously, everybody wants to make money on the front end, but when you're really growing and you're getting a lot of leads in, that's not realistic. You got to give people time, especially if you have something high ticket. So maybe get more offers, send a low ticket offer a couple weeks every so often, and just see. You'll actually get people opting in for $99, $5.99, $9.97, stuff like that. Now at this point, you're probably thinking, Dan, this is pretty complicated. I don't have time to build all that. That's exactly why I'm giving you all the files included in SKOOL. With the GoHighLevel Snapshot, you literally click a few buttons and you have absolutely everything set up that I just showed you. There's no setup needed. All you're going to do is go through those automations how I did with you, like in this video, and just change everything in there so that it aligns with your offer. The N8N workflow, same thing. I'm giving you all the JSON files. You import them, connect your API keys. That's it. Same thing with the ad creatives. I even showed you how I do them from scratch. It takes less than 5 minutes. This is not about building from scratch. It's about copying what works and then implementing it in your business this week. Just the Facebook ad campaigns alone, I spent like $600, as you saw, testing the creatives, and thousands and tens of thousands more, testing different creatives and different niches and targeting to find what works. You get those winning campaigns. The AI voice setup, I paid $8,000 for the initial version. You get all the working files. The complete GoHighLevel configuration took me 4 months to perfect. The email sequences, the SMS flows, pipeline automation, you get all that. Even the AI workflows. It took me 1 week to learn how to make a call through HTTP because I have a sales and marketing background. I didn't even know anything about N8N, request code, nothing, like a year ago. And here's what's even better, because the complete marketing system, that's literally just the beginning. When you join SKOOL, first of all, it's free. You're getting access to a complete AI automation course. It's teaching you how to make your own offers. There's live weekly calls for free, just breaking down what's working right now in AI. Obviously, the community of people just like yourself that are trying to resell and even implement their own business. And you guys get first access to literally everything that we develop. So it's not going to be like some massive course that takes months to implement. This is stuff right now that's already battle tested that you can implement right now. And unlike most of these gurus who are just teaching a theory and trying to sell a workflow, everything that I share, I'm running in a real business, generating real revenue. So I need to be transparent about something because I'm only sharing this complete system with a limited group. And that's because these exact ad creatives are running now. And I already know some of you guys are just going to rip it. And if everybody starts using the same campaigns, they'll stop working. That's just how advertising works. So I'm limiting this to the first 50 people who join the community. And after that, I'm still going to keep sharing valuable content, but the complete system, they get locked away. Plus, obviously, the time that it takes to actually set this up and support this, it's pretty limited right now. And I can help people implement this, but the more people that join, it's just going to become impossible to actually do that. So if you want to grab this complete system, it's booking 100 appointments per month right now. Just grab it, click that first link in the description. It will take you to SKOOL. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Well, here's the truth. There is no catch. The community is free just because I make money serving clients, not selling courses. That's why it's free. So sharing this system builds my authority and it brings me higher quality clients. So that's just the reality. But what if I'm not tech savvy? That's the beauty of the system because it's all done for you. I'm literally taking you through it in this video. You're just copying what works. Well, Daniel, what if my business is different? Well, the system works for any business that books appointments. So if you're a coach, consultant, service provider, if you need qualified people on your calendar, this is going to work. Well, what if I'm already running ads? Good, then A/B test the creatives against what you're currently running and just keep doing what works. All right, so here's what happens next. You guys are going to click that link, join the community, introduce yourself, and you'll immediately get access to the complete system files. Just download everything, follow the guides exactly how I have them in the videos, and then just start implementing. If you have any questions during the setup, please drop a comment, drop a post in the community under this video, or just let me know, and I'm going to have somebody reach out to you and try to help you with that. This is the exact system that transformed a business, and now it's your turn. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because it's free and it really helps me. I'll see you guys when I see you guys.